start here. Gauteng Police Commissioner Tommy Mthombeni says they are searching for the tenant renting the Lombardy property where dozens of foreign nationals were found roaming, some half naked. This is the second incident of suspected human trafficking in the area after 15 Ethiopian nationals were rescued in January. Police hope the property owner can give them some information as to who may be behind the suspected trafficking. Newzroom Afrika reporter Liyema Vumisa has more.
Yet another suspected case of human trafficking has occurred in Lombardy East, just a few kilometers from another house in which 26 Ethiopians were held against their will in January. This time, 32 undocumented foreign nationals aged between 13 and 24 were rescued from the streets. Just as in the January incident, which is being investigated by the Hawks, the youths were kept in one house which smells of human waste. Gauteng police are now hunting for the suspects, including 3 captors who are thought to be South African.
Indeed, we found that the door was broken, so it shows that they forced themselves out. Yes, so for now, we've kept them as illegal immigrants.
Early on Wednesday morning, police received a call from neighbors who witnessed a group of unfamiliar individuals roaming around the property. According to some residents who did not want to appear on camera, this was the first time they had seen anyone at the property since the last owner left months before. A translator who was called by the police during the initial investigation said the miners confirmed that they had been transported to South Africa in shipping containers.
They tell me there is the guys, I find them to, some of them to 11 months, one guy I find it, they said 11 months with that house. Some of them, they say them as 6 months, some of them is 7 months. I asked them how they are keeping, how they give their food and no clothes.
The translator also says the miners told him that their captors demanded money from their families for their release.
So I asked him, that already few people is like 4 days, they're entering. So I asked them how they are demand the money, they by the phone and WhatsApp, everything. They demand family from the who family here in Ethiopia and South Africa, they don't care. They ask him even until they demand until Dubai, the family is there. So they ask the no money, they're suffering long time is here. These people is in there. It's 10 days, storching the money to kidnap the human trafficking.
When the miners were apprehended after they escaped from the house, one was heard begging not to be sent back home.
When we got there, we were told that some of them, they've just got inside one of the shops here in Lombardy East. We went there and we found 8 of those people, and most of them were half naked. So we tried to interview them to find out who are they, where do they come from, but we found out that they don't understand English. So we brought them to the police station, and we were told that it's not only these 8. There are some of them who are still around. We went looking for the others, and we found other 24.
According to the translator, the victims claim that they were beaten while being kept against their will, and some of the victims died and were disposed of during their months in captivity.
And the beat is badly. Sometimes people die there, must throw away. But with that guys is who, I asked him who keeping there in the food. They say there is 3 South Africans and 1 Ethiopian.
Police say they will rope in the Department of Social Development as the victims are young people. According to the International Labour Organization, millions of people in Africa fall victim to human trafficking for the purposes of sexual exploitation and forced labor. Of the 1,564 illegal miners that recently emerged from the Stilfontein mine in the northwest, 96 were miners from neighboring countries, some of whom have now been repatriated to their own countries. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Liyema Vumisa in Lombardy East, Johannesburg.